Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday to you guys. This is Morgan Cook with Positively Osceola here for Positively Osceola's Daybreak Live. So very excited to be coming to you today with our special guest. We have the one and only Miss Sue Ring with the Kissimmee Chamber. Always love having her with us. Always so excited to have her take time out of her busy schedule to come give us an update about the chamber. As you guys know, they are always up to some wonderful things. Lots of events always planned. So it's always great for her to come share that with us so that you guys have all the information when it comes to the Kissimmee Chamber. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button. Let me know in the comment section who we have with us. I'm going to come on here as well and hit the share button so that way everyone is well aware of all the wonderful things taking place over at the chamber. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning and continuing to have a great work week. Excited to be here with you on this Tuesday. Like I said, it's July 6th. It is 9 a.m. Be sure, like I said, let me know whenever you hop on. I'm all shared or ready to go this morning. Hopefully you are as well. And we will go ahead and get started with our Daybreak Live. Alrighty, so at this time, we're going to go ahead and welcome our special guest, Miss Sue Ring. Good morning, Miss Sue. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you today?
I'm great. We're so excited to have you with us. Like I mentioned, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. It's always such a joy to have you on our Daybreak Live. But for our folks that might not be familiar with the Kissimmee Chamber, go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you guys do at the Chamber.
Sure. Thanks again for having me this morning. The Chamber, our mission is to be champions for business and community, and we're a membership organization that really tries to advocate and make sure that Kissimmee, Osceola County, really the region, is just a strong, healthy business community. And we also have a foundation, and that's where a lot of the work that I do is just as the Chamber is champions for business and community. We are bringing people and resources together to kind of strengthen and make sure that we have that healthy business and community. And so we work hand in hand just to make sure that Osceola County is a robust place to live where we can thrive as families and go to school and raise our families and have a thriving business community. And so that's what all of our work is focused on.
Absolutely. And you guys do just that. You really do go above and beyond when it comes to the community. And something special that you guys have is the Health and Leadership Council. Go ahead and talk to us about what's new with that and what progress is being made to improve the community health.
Sure. And as I said, under the umbrella, and I'd like to use that term of the Chamber Foundation, is we have some pillar initiatives. And as you mentioned, our Health Leadership Council. And people may say, like, well, why is the Chamber and the Chamber Foundation involved in health leadership? And really, it makes sense that if we have a healthy community, it's good business. I mean, that means our employees are healthy and productive and our businesses can thrive. And so that's why we have this Health Leadership Council that it's been going on for years, and it brings together leaders from the health community, and that's like our hospitals and the health department and public health, nonprofit providers, but it includes insurance companies and even kind of those ancillary places like MetroPlan, transportation, and food, because health touches so much, and so mental health. And so we all come together, and we've been meeting every month. And our goal is to strategically plan initiatives that improve healthcare access, delivery, affordability to Osceola residents. And so it might sound like we just sit around and have meetings, but it's not. I mean, we do, but we have meetings that have purpose. And so we've developed a community health improvement plan in partnership with our Department of Health. The state says they have to do it. And so we look at all of the data, where our challenges are. We've got some great things going on, but we got some real challenges. This has got nothing to do with COVID. I mean, whether it's obesity or diabetes or heart disease. And so these people all come together and we try to strategize, well, how can we make our community healthier? What can we do about that? And so there are some things that we did learn from COVID. For example, when we used to think of healthcare access in the old days, we would go to the doctor. Well, now does the doctor come to us? Maybe that doctor is a video call that we didn't have before. And so our first pillar is that healthcare access. How do we make sure that residents have access to care? Right. Then we have a second pillar that is, what is it? It's substance abuse and mental health. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is it? I do it every month and then you kind of forget what you're doing.
Right.
And so our substance abuse and mental health is to make sure that those who, those who have those challenges have access to that. Do we have enough providers? Do we have enough treatment centers? Do we have enough beds that are affordable that so if people need to access those services, can they get it? And so we want to make sure that that's always available to residents. And then our third one, which is really kind of unique, is that social determinants of health. And what is that? That is like how transportation and food security and housing and poverty, how that all plays into your mental and your physical health. If you're worried about your housing, if you don't have a stable place to live, then that can impact your physical health. Right. If you don't have a way to get to work or a way to get to a food pantry, then that's going to impact your physical health. And so we try to make sure that we can always come together and build programs to make sure that folks have access to the care that they need. We've been talking about this for a while. And so now we're trying to develop some kind of actions and so is it, do we have more farmers markets or whatever that may be? And so it's just really important that and the state keeps us on our toes where we can't, as I said, we can't just sit around and talk about it every month. We actually have to do something about it. And so we've set goals and measures to try to make sure, can we reduce obesity? Can we increase testing rates, whatever that is? And we tell the state, and the state will let us know whether we're staying on track or not. And so it's a long-term plan. It's not something that we're going to fix tomorrow. Right. I can't say it by November 1st. Healthcare for everybody. So it's just something that we're always trying to do to make sure our residents can stay healthy.
Yes, ma'am. And like you mentioned, it does not go unnoticed, the success you guys have had with that. You have to start somewhere, and you guys certainly have made that initiative to start that process. And you guys really do go above and beyond. And another program that you guys blow out of the park is your Leadership Osceola. It's been going on for the past couple of months. So go ahead and tell us, what is the current status with Leadership Osceola?
Leadership Osceola is near and dear to my heart. It's actually been in the community for over 30 years.
Wow.
And it really has one goal, and that is to build a leaderful community. And what does that mean? It's just to make sure that we have, if there's ever time that we've seen in challenges, that you really need good leadership, folks who know what's going on and can make good decisions. And so our goal of the Leadership Osceola program is to make sure that we have leaders in our community that know what's going on and can make decisions that impact not only today, but generations from now. Right. And that's not just elected officials or your government leaders. That is leaders from all shapes and sizes. And so Leadership Osceola, it's like Osceola School, for lack of a better term, that brings together about 30 to 35 individuals over the course of 4 or 5 months. These are representatives from, sure, there are some of our local government officials, but there are small business owners. We have folks from the nonprofit community, just concerned citizens, just anybody that, there's an application process that they go through, and then they've been going on these field trips where they explore a community issue. We started back in February with like a retreat, and then we did then we would go on these every other week jaunts where we learned about the environment, government services, education, economic development, all the things that impact our quality of life. And as I said, this started way back in February. Well, we just had our last class last Wednesday. Yeah. So people say, well, now what's up now? Well, now the goal is now these folks have been on this intensive journey where they've really immersed themselves in Osceola County. And they know that, as I've said before, we've got wonderful things in our community, but we also have some challenges. And even our leaders and our industry professionals would be the first to admit that we have a phenomenal school district, but they'll say we've got some challenges ahead. Right. How can we address that as a community? Yeah. And so now our goal is that these individuals, as I said, we have 33 that are graduating that now their goal is, now let's do something. We can't just say, okay, now you know what's going on, but now you need to do something about it. And so we are hopeful that these individuals will come together, and whether they do something individually as part of their employers or their workplace, a class project, who knows, the world, it was the saying, the world's your oyster, or the sky's the limit, or and so they're going to come together and really try to, you know, develop some actions to make a difference in the community. But you know, they've it's been a big time commitment for them, and we recognize that, and so we want to give them a little celebration to be able to do that. So we've got graduation that's coming up, and we're very excited about that.
Right, absolutely. And there's so much to celebrate, so much success and so much excitement to come with these graduates. But go ahead and talk to us about it. How are they going to be recognized? You guys are holding a special event for these graduates. And like you said, it is a big time commitment. It's not just something on the side. They dedicate a lot of their time, a lot of their energy, and it's really going to make a difference in our community. So talk to us about the event for the graduation for Leadership Osceola 2021.
And you're exactly right, Morgan. It is a big time commitment, and we're very grateful that they're willing to make that, as well as their employers that are willing to let them take that time off from, because we ask that when you're in class, we expect you to be all in and participating in class, not doing side emails on the side with work and that. And so we appreciate the community employers and our community partners. We wouldn't be able to do Leadership Osceola if we didn't have businesses and partners willing to open their doors or have their industry professionals put these immersive days together. But it all comes together in a fantastic celebration. It's going to be Friday, August 13th at 11:30 to about 1:30. It is a Champions Jubilee, because these are all champions of the community that we are now celebrating their success and their successful completion of the leadership program. We are grateful that Walt Disney World is our host. They've hosted they've hosted our leadership graduation for 30 years. And we are the only community that has a Disney graduation in the region. And so at this luncheon, we will recognize these individuals, and it's a graduation ceremony. They get a diploma and everything. They'll walk across the stage. And so, but it's a time for them to be recognized by leadership alumni. There are hundreds of leadership alumni across our community and other community leaders and partners. It's our time for us to say thank you for participating, congratulations, but also to light a little fire under them and say, like, you get this great party, but now you need to do something with it. But it's also a time for us to recognize and celebrate leadership. And so in something that's new for this year, there's two things. One thing's new and one thing that's existed. As I said, it's a celebration and a recognition of good leadership in our community. So we have a Distinguished Leader Award, as well as the Small Business Champion. And that's where viewers can help us. If you know somebody who is really making a positive difference in our community, kind of going above and beyond, we want to recognize that individual. So we have a distinguished leader, and it is somebody who epitomizes what good leadership is in the community, somebody who's engaged and supports Leadership Osceola. And so we ask that if you know somebody or have somebody in mind, or if you're that person, self-nominations are okay. You can either email me or call the chamber to get a nomination form. We're accepting those for a few more weeks. And then our previous winners will decide who that winner is. It's kind of like the Academy Awards. Where, and then they'll hopefully be able to give that award, bestow that award at the graduation ceremony. But a new award that we're doing is the Small Business Champion. We recognize that we've got some great small businesses in our community that are doing phenomenal work, not just in the way that they operate their business, but how they're part of it, woven into the fabric of our community. They deserve to be recognized as well. So again, if you know of a small business that's really doing something fantastic in our community and should be recognized, again, you can contact the Kissimmee Chamber, contact me. My email is sring@kissimmeechamber.com. Phone number 407-847-4741. I'd be happy to send you a nomination form. We're getting those out so we can make sure we recognize and celebrate good leadership in our community. Not just our leadership 2021 class, but our small business and business champions as well.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Sue, for joining us. You guys really do knock it out of the park, like I said. It's such a joy to have you in the community and really see the difference that you guys are making within the chamber, and especially when it comes to leadership, Osceola. It's always so rewarding to hear the stories of the alumni and hear, well, I went through that program so many years ago and now I landed this job or it brought me this opportunity. It really does make a difference within our community. And, I see that from our side, and it's such a wonderful thing. So we thank you for all that you do when it comes to the chamber and all that you guys will continue to do within the success you guys will have with this class of Leadership Osceola.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. To go ahead and sign off, this is Morgan Cook with Positively Osceola here with Miss Sue Ring from the Kissimmee Chamber. And together, we're making a positive difference in and around Osceola County.